My period returned after years, but it was my mom's fury over my attempt to get pads that truly bled into our vacation. I 18F recently took a trip with my mom 50F. We drove her car to an Airbnb where we planned to stay for a couple of weeks. I've been on birth control since I was about 15 to manage irregular, painful, and heavy periods. Aside from a few forgotten pills, I haven't had a period in years. However, for some reason, my birth control just decided to stop working during this trip. Despite taking it consistently and on time, I unexpectedly got my period. Having not had a period in years, I was completely unprepared both physically and materially. I had no pain relievers and crucially no pads or tampons. We weren't within walking distance of any stores, and frankly, I wasn't comfortable walking alone in an unfamiliar neighborhood anyway. I asked my mom if she could drive me to get some pads, and she said we would go later. By the next day, I had already bled through multiple pairs of underwear. I asked her again, and she simply replied that she would go when she had time. Frustrated, I then asked if I could just drive myself, but she immediately said no. I understood her reasoning. I'm a young driver, her car isn't one I'm very familiar with, and we were in a new area. I genuinely got it. But her refusal essentially meant I was stuck waiting for her to get me what I desperately needed. Over the next few days, I reminded her several more times. Even after washing, my underwear was stained, gross, and essentially unwearable. Trying to use toilet paper as a makeshift pad did little to help. Eventually, I reached my breaking point and decided I just needed to handle it myself. While she was out, I took her car to the nearest convenience store. It was maybe a 10-minute drive and finally got what I needed. Before leaving, I sent her a text explaining I was going to grab the pads and that she didn't need to worry. When I got back, she was waiting for me, absolutely furious. She immediately told me that I wasn't allowed to use her car. I explained that I had no other way to get to the store, but she insisted she would have gone and gotten what I needed. I then reminded her that I had been asking for days with no results. I truly felt like I had no other choice. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Was her decision to drive herself for pads a necessary act of independence, or did it overstep a boundary in her mother's car and on their trip? We want to hear your verdict on who's truly the 8.